I went on the worst rated cruise in the world just to try the food. So I know typically I start these intros with a joke, but honestly, there's nothing funny about this. There's nothing. Today, we are sailing on the worst rated cruise line, Margaritaville at sea. I'm gonna be taste testing all the food throughout 3 days, and of course, I'll be reviewing the room and exploring the amenities. Now, you might be thinking, Timmy, why put yourself through this? Don't board the ship. Don't set sail. Don't voyage. Do you think I want to do this?
You think I want to suffer?
I've seen people say it's terrible, horrendous. It's a monstrosity. It's like Margaritaville farted in their face on purpose and gave them pink eye. That is how the reviews are. So I am a little bit scared, but you girlies know. I'm a glass half full kind of man. That's just the way I am. Sam, I am Sam, Dr. Susie. I never judge a book by its cover, and I never judge a cruise by its deck. So I'm gonna try to go into this with a fresh perspective, and hopefully I'll have a good experience and no diarrhea. None, not a drop. I'm gonna give it a chance. If it's a good cruise, I'm gonna say it's a good cruise. So I'm so excited to have the best time on this totally normal cruise. Yes, woo! Yes! The truth is, I always feel the need to stay positive. That's my brand, Mr. Bald-Headed Positivity in Skechers. But on the inside, I was struggling. I was scared of the unknown. I didn't know what I was about to walk into. If there's a big man upstairs, please keep me safe. Let the Wi-Fi be good. Don't let the room stink. Specifically, don't let it stink like onion BO. I can't do that, I can't. Oh, I'm British now. And please don't let the toilet suck me up. I don't want to get stuck in the plumbing like a flushable wipe. It's not even actually flushable. And last but not least, please don't let me get lost in Margaritaville. I just want to go home to Flavortown. It's where I live. Now, the price was a little over $500 something. I know some people get it for even cheaper sometimes because of like discounts and coupons and all that stuff. I'm not good at that stuff. Do I look like I've been on my strange 1,000-pound 90-day coupon? No. I think I mixed together all the TLC shows. I still think $500 is extremely cheap for a 3-day cruise. I mean, Carnival was like $700, so this is even cheaper than that. And that was an experience, not a terrible one, but not a good one either. And this particular ship is called the Islander. Anyways, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me in my whole career. Also, I'm putting myself through something for your entertainment, okay?
Think about that.
Also, subscribe if you're new here. I make food content, cruise food, hotel food, theme park food. It's a great time. So let's go. Let's sail the 7 seas. Oh, wait, aren't there 4 seas? I guess homeschool taught me wrong again. I arrived to the worst rated cruise in style. I hired a driver to drive me there. It was an Uber, but it was an Uber Comfort. So it was a little luxurious. I just wanted to experience the life of luxury before entering that. I'm just kidding. Honestly, it looks good. It looks good. It's a bit smaller than I imagined. It's actually a lot smaller than all the other cruises I've been on, but you know, let's think of it as a yacht, right? Without the champagne, caviar,
Billionaires.
Also, apparently, I'm going on the Paradise. I thought I was going on the Islander. I guess I got the names confused, but honestly, Paradise sounds even better. Like, we're going to Paradise, you know? Oh, also, there's no app for Margaritaville. I've never been on a cruise that doesn't have an app. And this is the ticket. Let me show you. It's paper made from a real life tree. That's different, you know, and there's no QR code on it, so they're not gonna beep bop boop it. They're gonna have to read it with the human being language. Is it 1802? I feel like this is what Beth from Little Women used when she boarded the Ark. So this is the area where you drop off your baggage. Now, did you guys notice in that last clip, I had some thick spit on my lip? It sounds so disgusting. I was very thirsty and I was very nervous, and I think that my mouth got super dry, and I didn't realize that there was thick white spit in the corner of my lip. I've seen it happen to other people, but not to me, and I'm very upset about it. Accept me, love me. Pick me, choose me, love me, Derek. I have to be honest, this is one of the calmest ports I've ever been to. It's the port of West Palm Beach, because it's not too south, it's not too north, it's west. It's just a lot more quiet. There's no people honking. It's great. Things are looking up. Yes. So I went through security and I strutted up the stairs like Tyra taught me. Okay, security was very smooth. They were nice. And we have a mural. Oh, I almost fell down the stairs. This is the check-in area. As you can see, there were a lot of people, a lot of lines, and the music was pumping. It was loud in there. I was feeling the island vibes, and the ship itself had a very profound statement on it. It said, changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes. Oh, I thought this ship could fly for a second. So I just checked in, and someone in line farted so bad, it really stunk up the whole massive space we're in. So I think I'm really gonna fit in here, honestly. I'm actually getting less nervous and more excited. We are about to board. You guys know every time I take my first step on a cruise, I have to film it, I have to document it. Oh, this is different. Looks a little dirty. It's okay. It's just the path. Okay, it's time to take the steps. Oh, wow. Thank you. Okay. I'm on. There's a giant chancleta. There's a giant flip-flop. It's huge. Who is this flip-flop for? Tell me that. Are there giants walking among us? Did the Margaritaville CEO steal one of their shoes? So this is the lobby. What do you guys think? Be honest. You guys know that I'm more of a Skechers girly now, but I love my chancleta, so I'm kind of shook. I'm like starstruck. Okay, so I don't think the rooms are opened yet. I'm assuming, because typically on cruises they open at like 1 and it's like 12. So I'm gonna find the buffet because I'm hungry and I always like to start a cruise with a buffet. It's a rule within my life. It's a moral that I have.
So you have to go like 9 for the safety.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, so because there's no app, I was just told verbally from a human being that I have to go and do the safety thing on deck 9. I had no clue. You know why? There's no app. I'm also just trying to find a map. There's a chapel in a Margaritaville. The vibes are off, girl. So I found a map, I checked it out, and I realized I was on deck 5. So I had to go up 4 decks to get to my safety briefing. And of course I took the stairs because you girlies know I like to get my steps in. Also, I pre-booked a meal at the steakhouse and a fancy brunch, but they didn't give me like a reservation time. So I just talked to customer service, and apparently I have to go directly to those restaurants to make a reservation. This is a very social cruise. There's a lot of people to talk to. So to the social butterflies, you'll love this. For the people with social anxiety like me, okay, I'm on deck 9.
It's all over there. Way back.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so apparently my security drill is on the other side of the ship. Luckily, it's tiny, so I just have to take a few little steps to get there. That was longer than expected. I'm a little out of breath.
How many person?
Just me.
Okay, this is a fast and short. Okay.
Well, that was easy, and he was so nice. Time to find the buffet. Where is it? Buffet. Oh, the Port of Indecision buffet. That's so quirky and funny. It's like a port, like where you load the ship, but it's a place you just cannot decide what to do. That's so clever. So I found the buffet. The restaurant signs are on a TV for some reason, but they also had a big sticker, so I knew this was the Port of Indecision buffet. This is where I needed to be. This is what I was made for. In the words of Billie Eyelash, what was I made for? Well, eyelashes are meant to keep dirt and debris out of the eye, so that's probably what you're made for, Billie. Anyways, as you can see, they have a lot of art on the walls. It was hot. I started sweating, but it's fine because there's tons of food to distract us from the heat. They had a lot of options, including desserts, a lot of choices there, some sweet salads, some salty salads like potato salad and coleslaw, things like that. Some display-only macarons because apparently macarons are decor now. Don't tell TJ Maxx, they're gonna go crazy with it. They also had some cheddar crusted broccoli, mashed potatoes, steak rolls, and mac and cheese, plus this bread with olives in it.
What in the hell?
They also had a salad bar with all the different toppings, and I was sweating even more, guys. I was dripping sweat at this point. They also had some fried rice, some ranch chicken, and some veggies, plus some hot dogs and some other sausage type thing. They had some Mexican food, including meats and whatever that is, girl. They also had some taco shells, rice beans, and tortillas, plus a sandwich bar, which is very nice. It's like a Subway on the sea. As for drinks, they had water, iced tea, coffee, things like that. The cups looked very used, so I got some water because I was parched and I had to rinse the spit blob out of my mouth. Guys, I expected the water to taste like water, but it's really warm and it tastes like plastic. I don't know if it's the cup. Maybe it's a very flavorful cup. I'm gonna definitely buy some bottled water. Sorry, ocean. This is where I ate. Look at this view. The trees, the wind, the ocean, the breeze. And this is the food that I got. So I got some fried rice, ranch chicken cheddar, crusted broccoli, a steak roll, an actual roll, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes. So I'm sitting outside because it's cooler out here than it is inside. And we're in Florida, the armpit of the US, with extra sweat and BO soaked into the state. I just don't understand how the AC is so bad in there. But I do love this backdrop, right? We have an electric entrance, and it's good to know that they're not using coal anymore like the Titanic. I think electricity is probably safer, so at least there's that. I also want to say a little disclaimer. You guys know that I came into this with a positive outlook, or at least trying to be positive. So far, the AC is the biggest issue, and the drinking water, and the way the food looks. Otherwise, though, you know, it's a ship. It's a ship. That's all I can say so far. But I gotta say, if the AC in my room doesn't work, you don't want to see me get mad. You don't mess with my AC. That's something that is off limits. Let's start with the bread, the roll. Listen, it might be the crustiest bread I've had in my 30 years on this crust of earth, but flavor-wise, it tastes like French bread. It does. Do I feel like it was made in France 50 years ago? Yes. Do I feel like it was made by someone named Monsieur Oui Oui? Probably. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. It's authentic, but it's also authentically dry. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Not terrible. Okay, let's move this French hockey puck out of the way, and let's try the cheddar crusted broccoli. That sounds fantastic. It looks like fried broccoli, basically. Was this made in France? Oh, je m'appelle broccoli? Yes, okay. It was a big bite. Ooh, I don't know if there's any broccoli left in that.
That's absurd. Or drink.
I think I just heard a certain word that is typically targeted at men with wrist issues. I don't think he was saying it to me. I think he was saying it about someone else. It just took me a second. Still a horrible thing to say. But if it wasn't towards me, girl, I'm minding my business. Okay, so I thought I was gonna fit in because of my stinky farts. Maybe not. I'm laughing so hard because he did not say the word I thought he said. He said, order a drink package. But it really sounded like he said something else. So I was so confused and my victim mentality kicked in, but I still believed it just because it really did sound like that. Anyways, let's just move on. The broccoli truly tastes like super old oil that has probably fried a billion different food items. You know, there could be a billion food items in a vat of oil and only one of them has to be broccoli. And that's what this is. Thank you, Lady Gaga. In all seriousness, it truly just tastes like oil with soggy broccoli within it. There's nothing else going on. I don't taste the cheddar. I'm just really hoping some of this is edible because I'm really hungry. Let's try the mac and cheese. Okay. Oh my God. I've never spit anything into a cloth napkin in my life, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Ooh, don't show that. That, to me, did not taste safe to eat. It might be, it probably is, but to me it tasted like spoiled milk. There is a cheesy flavor, but like a rotten tasting kind of cheese flavor that is truly vile. I have to say the texture is great. The texture is silky smooth. And the noodles are perfectly al dente, but the sauce is so strong and it just tastes so pungent. It tastes like a Foot Locker. I have to give that uno. Oh, the half Cuban jumped out at me, probably to protect me. Let me translate that. I'm giving it a 1 out of 10. I am not even licking that off the fork. I don't trust it. Wiping it off into my disgusting napkin. Jacob, this food, it's not sort of beautiful. It stinks.
We have 3 days to figure this shit out.
Same girl. Okay, fried rice. I'm gonna take a small bite just in case. Okay, that's not bad. And by not bad, I mean it tastes terrible, but not rotten. So that's a win. You guys know, I love trash food. I eat dollar menu food all day. I eat frozen food all day. And I was ready to welcome this trash food with an open mouth. But so far, the best part was the rock shaped like a piece of bread. This fried rice, to me, kind of tastes like basmati rice with just a huge onion flavor. I'm not gonna compare it to BO because it's a different kind of onion. It's more like a red onion. It's just so strong, and that's the only thing I can taste. So it isn't horrifying, but I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Next up, mashed potatoes. Oh! Okay. Oh, wow, that's edible. It's my lucky day. Those mashed potatoes do taste powdered. They taste like Hungry Jack's. Is that the mashed? No, that's the pancake. What's his brand? Pancakes or potatoes? Jackie, pick a path. It tastes like boxed potatoes with tons of butter, a good amount of cream, salt, and pepper. So they are not bad. Just don't expect fresh potatoes. Also, keep in mind, this is the buffet. The buffet typically has the least flavor out of all the restaurants on a cruise. So there's still hope for Finn's Dining. That's like the main dining area. There's hope for the steakhouse I'm paying for. It was expensive. And the quick service and the room service. We're gonna try all of it. So this is just one aspect of the food on this cruise. Next up, we have a steak roll. I've never had a steak in the shape of a roll. I've only had a cinnamon roll. Oh, it's tough. I've had a Swiss roll when I was at IKEA, but never a steak roll. Look at that. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Listen, is it tougher than the sole of my Skechers? Yes. And Skechers do have soles, unlike animals. But I have to say the flavor's fantastic. It has this kind of vinegary, tomatoey tartness. It's very bright, it's very loud. There's also a strong red pepper flavor, and there's a lot of rosemary, possibly a little too much rosemary. Rose is always doing too much, and so is her twin Mary, but I like it. I really do. I'm gonna eat the whole roll. Last but not least, we have this ranch chicken. It has a drizzle of ranch on it, and it seems to have a lot of seasonings. It looks very charred, so that is giving me a lot of hope. It does seem to be cooked all the way. Just making sure. You know, it's terrible. It is very seasoned, but it tastes like it only has one seasoning on it, and that's paprika. So it's very smoky, but there's literally nothing else. I don't taste saltiness, I don't taste cumin, chili powder, thyme, space, nothing. But there is also this kind of greasy, fatty flavor to it. So it's kind of like grease and paprika met. Grease said, oh, hey, paprika. You're smoking hot. And paprika said, oh, well, you look slippery. Can I call you Mr. Slip and Slide? And they got to work and made this chicken, so I don't think they're meant to be. I really don't. So, as you can see, I did not eat most of this food. Let's try some dessert. That steak roll's coming back up so quick. For dessert, I got a key lime cake, a cherry orange cake, and a red velvet cake. A lot of cake. I feel like Buddy the cake boss. So one of the waiters came up to me and was super nice, but he asked me if I wanted an unlimited soda like package or something. And I said, what? And he said, unlimited soda. I said, huh? And then I realized in that moment, I didn't see soda available anywhere. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. How am I gonna get my Diet Coke fix? I'll just have to pay. It's water and syrup and bubbles. Like, bubbles aren't even pricey. Like, that's air. Like, air doesn't cost money, surprisingly. And you might have noticed I have my laptop with me. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna leave my laptop in my checked bag on the worst reviewed cruise. It's not gonna happen. Okay, Timmy, breathe. Let's be positive. Be positive. You're the positive, bald-headed man on YouTube. That's your thing. Stick with your thing. These are gonna be amazing. This cherry orange cake actually looks quite delectable, so let's try that. Ooh, it's jiggly. Oh, I love it. See, the moment you change your mindset, good things happen. I'm gonna fill up on the desserts, I guess. Oh girl, she's gone. Love. That is a high-end dessert right there. It's not gelatinous. It has more of the texture of flan. If you've had flan, if you're half Cuban like me. Flan is kind of like a really thick kind of bouncy custard. So it has that texture with a little layer of cake underneath, very moist. And then the cherry flavor is very bright. It almost tastes like a Jolly Rancher. And the orange flavor is so sour. It goes perfect with the cherry. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay, now this is red velvet cake. It looks like it has little coffee grounds on it. The best part of waking up is margarita in your cup. Goop. I'm gooped. I'm usually not a big red velvet person because first of all, red is the devil's color, but also typically they have too much cream cheese icing for me and it's like they're just too overly sweet. But this one tastes more like a light cheesecake, barely sweet, with very moist red velvet cake between. I loved it. 9 out of 10. Okay, this is a key lime cake. I have to slow it down with the sweets because I'm gonna get a bellyache. So I'm gonna stop at one bite, but that's fantastic too. Once again, typically I'm not that into key lime, even though I'm a Floridian and it's part of our personality for some reason, because typically they're too sour and too limey for me, but this has a very light lime flavor. It has the same cheesecake layers as the red velvet. So it's more of like a hint of lime cheesecake instead of the Tostitos, right? It would go great with salsa. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So desserts, 8. You know, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Nibbling on a sponge cake, watching the sun bake, wasted away again in Margaritaville. Girl, what kind of an inspirational quote is this? Whatever happened to live, laugh, love? That's my favorite. All those tourists covered with oil. Waste. What in the world is this? My Skechers, they match the carpet. Okay, girlies, it's time to see my room. I'm nervous. Oh, the hallways are nice. Life's a beach, some more chancletas on the beach, a lighthouse on the beach, a lot of beaches. And who is she? Oh my gosh, Samara girl, is that you? She said, you have 7 days, but I'm gonna slay. We have a family and a stepmother who is done with them. It looks like this is me. Okay. Is the key gonna work? Red. Green. Come on, Christmas. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. This is the worst rated? This isn't bad at all. Oh my god, I might have a good time. This is definitely not the 4 seasons, but it's maybe like 1 season or maybe a month, maybe a day, a minute. But okay, not a bad minute. It's gonna be a great 60 seconds. Let me show you what I just walked into. Girl, it's not luxury, but it's really not bad at all. That's a much bigger TV than your typical cruise TV. Truly, that is a whole Jumbotron right in front of my salad, right in front of the bed. And we have our circular window, sphere shaped. Okay, let's just pull this. Come on, pearl necklace. These are fresh from an oyster for sure. Okay, now that's a yacht. That's a real life yacht. Look at it bubbling up. It's saying, oh.
Yeah, smell my rich farts. Ooh, yeah, take it in.
Speaking of flatulence, there's a big sign that says nothing but a breeze right above my bed. The bed is very big. It does seem to be 2 beds put together, but that's typical for a cruise. It has some sort of design on it. What are those, whales? Is that oh, it's a bird. That's not even like an ocean creature. Oh, it's a parrot. The birds that have speech, they can talk faster than me, girl. I have a speech impediment. And then we also have a picture of a shadow. Peter Pan said, don't take my brand. And then we have a guitar by itself on the beach, which is probably about to be stolen. I am seeing some stains. What could that be? You know, someone could have spilled their chocolate mousse, or it could be fecal matter. Who knows? Here we have our boudoir and a gorgeous 5'7" man in Skechers that's really fitting the Margaritaville vibe right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh, and this is the chair. You know, it's probably not as comfy as an office chair, but I'm sure it'll do. I'm sure I'll be able to edit on that for 3 days, for sure. We have some waters, which are not free, $5 a bottle, girlies. But you know, that's a good lesson. Nothing in life is free. So don't expect free stuff when you're on a cruise. That's just not the way it works.
Grow up.
We have, I think, a little fridge. Okay. Oh, is she cold? Oh, no. Girl, is that a heater? Girl, is this a mini sauna? There's literally no cold air in here. So that's interesting, but it's fine. I'm definitely not saving any of my buffet leftovers. So the headboard looks like it was made from recycled materials, right? Isn't it kind of giving like eco-friendly? It's like if a paper straw was a headboard, just as inefficient and just as soggy, girl. Okay. What am I saying? We have a little nightstand for my phone. That's cute. Ooh, I just noticed we have the world map. Oh, is that Cuba? My people, home! I feel so connected to half of it because I'm half Cuban. Here we have the drawers. Do they look clean? Yes. Now the little handles are very dainty and they do look old and rusted, but you know, this is a sea vessel. Things are gonna rust. Hello, manage your expectations a little bit. I'm pretty sure this is the closet. Oh, robes? What? Past filming Timmy was so excited. He sounded like Scooby-Doo for a second. Robes? Do they cost money? They're free to use during this time. I've never been on a cruise that provided robes. I got chills. Maybe Margaritaville is like luxury, but in disguise to be like relatable, because I've never seen that on a ship. Not even on the Dawn Treader. They didn't give me a robe there. Aslan was like, girl, I'm a lion.
I can't sew you a robe. My fingers can't even bend that way.
So that's amazing. We have an extra pillow that seems to be falling apart. Now it's time for the bathroom. I'm most nervous about this because the way cruise bathrooms are set up really matters to me. On my Carnival cruise, I just had like a curtain and the shower was like part of the floor. So the whole bathroom would just fill up with water. It was a mess. It gave me a little bit of trauma, to be honest. And then like Disney Cruise had a whole bathtub. So I'm very curious to see what Margaritaville has. It's probably a bucket and a sponge. Let's see, I'm scared. Okay, sliding door. Is it locked? Is someone in there? Look, girlies. It's not sliding. Oh, I have to turn the knob. Who would have thought? Okay. Oh my word. Oh, it smells like brown sugar. Why does it smell like brown sugar? Maybe we can bake some cookies. Okay, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. At least it's not a bucket, but it is part of the floor, just like Carnival cruises. It does have a little like moat area, like a little dent, but guys, it's gonna get everywhere. At least we have shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. Some more luxuries, but I'm just gonna need some extra towels for it after, you know? And this is the toilet. Okay, looks a little stained. Okay, that's not bad. And then what is that down there? What is that? We have some metal pieces with some sharp things sticking out of them. I'm not gonna touch that. Trash bin located under the sink. Where? Oh, it's like a little fridge. It's a fridge. Okay, that's cute. And the sink is pretty nice. It is a little stained, maybe a little singed from someone's hair straightener. I think this ship went through the early 2000s where all the boys were frying their hair. Then we have a little bar of soap that says ocean. That doesn't look like the ocean to me. That looks like a bar of soap. Some lotions and little towels. Okay. And here we have a painting of a very crooked tree. Girl, she's about to snap. I do have to say though, even though the shower is so opened, this is a pretty big bathroom for a cruise. There's a lot of floor space compared to other cruises. Is it the most aesthetically pleasing bathroom? No, but it's also not terrible. So stop complaining. We're on vacation. Can you talk to her? She's being a brat right now. You're being a brat. Another thing I noticed is that there's no couch or really like comfortable chair in the whole room. Typically cruises have some sort of a seating area, but this is a pretty decently sized room. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna make the best of this. We have so much food to try, so much to explore, and so many adventures to adventure on. There's a noise right outside my window. I don't know what it is. Is there a woodpecker pecking at the ship? What does it think? It's a tree? Did I just spit? I think I did. Sorry. You can see people boarding the cruise. My neighbors. And look at her dancing in the wind. Okay. Girl. What? I just noticed we have towels. Fun-soaked adventures ahead. Please enjoy these beach towels by the pools or ashore. You have to bring your own towels to the beach? They don't provide towels there? So the sound is still going, like on and off. Wait for it. Now it stopped. Are you kidding me? Annoy me. Thank you. It's horrible. Oh, also I have to say, I don't know where the thermostat is, but honestly, I don't even care because the AC is pumping. This room is the coldest cruise room I've ever been in, so that is fantastic. See guys, I'm not biased. If it's bad, I say it's bad. If it's good, I rejoice. Stop this madness. A new sound has emerged. We are officially moving, girlies. Look at these billionaire houses. I know they're thinking, oh, Margaritaville's passing by. Bless their hearts. So the sound stopped a while ago, thankfully. I have been editing up a storm because I'm a boss, a brand, and a businessman, and I have to get these videos up every Saturday, no matter what. But it's almost time for dinner, so I technically don't have a reservation set for the steakhouse. So I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna be like, can I make a reservation? And they're gonna be like, okay, for when? I'll say, how about now? And hopefully they'll let me in so I can get my prime rib, you know? And I also have to make the reservation for the brunch. This is hectic.
Get an app, Margaritaville. This is crazy.
Look how pretty. Look at this long rock path. What's it even for? A mermaid to sit on? That could fit a lot of mermaids. So this is the steakhouse, JWB Prime Steakhouse, and this is what it looks like inside. Very cute, very nice. The window did have some sort of a mildew crust on it, but it's fine. I still felt very luxurious. And this is the menu. Pause if you'd like. Okay, girlies, my plan worked. I said, when can I make my reservation for? And he said, you want it tonight? And I said, yeah. And he said, 6? And I said, yeah. 20 minutes away. I get what I want. And my brunch reservation is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Another sit-down moment. So this place is $55 per person. That's quite pricey, but you know, it's a steakhouse. They have short ribs on the menu. They have Wagyu meatballs. So it's fine. But call me crazy. I expected the soda to be included, right? So I was like, can I get a Diet Coke, sir? And he was like, sure. And then he brought me the bill. $3 for a can. But I love gulping down a can of soda at a steakhouse. Sizzle. No, fizz. So we have some butter with some salt crystals on it, and we have a piece of bread. Oh, it's warm. I'm just gonna dip it. Oh, it's very soft butter. Oh, now that's the good kind of crusty. It's not stale, it's not petrified like Harry Potter. It tastes freshly baked, truly. It has such a nice thick crust and it has a satisfying chew to it. Delicious. And the butter does taste a little basic. You know, I've had saltier butter, creamier butter, but it's still butter. And it's what runs through my body. So I'm here for it. I'm gonna give the bread and butter an 8 out of 10. This is my first course. The Wagyu meatballs with sauce and bread and a leaf. Now I only see one ball, so it's the Wagyu meatball, but the menu says meatballs. I think this is why people have trust issues. So it has pomodoro sauce, parmesan, and sourdough. Okay, let's just remove its little hat. Oh, the texture's very ground, and that's expected. Oh. You know, I think I'm okay with having one singular meatball. I do. I think one is enough. So I really like the tomato sauce. It's very simple. It has a bright, fresh tomato flavor, and it also has a very strong olive oil flavor, very earthy and rich. But the meatball itself kind of tastes like a mix between a Subway meatball and a fresh meatball, but it's a little too soft. The flavor doesn't remind me of dog food. Never. Of course not. But the texture does. And texture matters. So yeah, it has sort of like a lighter processed meatball flavor with a too soft, almost mushy texture. And that upsets me. But it's still way better than the buffet food. Like, I would eat this if someone told me I had to. I think it's also lacking a strong Italian seasoning flavor. It's very simple. This is my second course, the French onion soup. Why is French onion soup always so messy? Like, it's always dripping down the sides. I guess it's like an aesthetic thing, but I don't get it. I like cleanliness. It looks good. There's a lot of cheese on here. Let's just dig right in. So this tastes like French onion soup had a rebellious sister that was like, I don't want to smell like an onion anymore. I'm sick of people trying to rub degree on me. That's not even my favorite brand of deodorant. I'm an Old Spice girl. I break the rules. And I don't even speak French. Why am I a French onion soup? This tastes like that, sister. It tastes like it's rebelling against what it is, what it's meant to be. And I think that's really affecting the flavor. It's like a watered down French onion soup. It's not bad. It's still soup. But it honestly tastes like beef broth with a hint of onion, just a little, just a peel thrown in there. Now, I think the cheese is fantastic. I think it's either a Gruyere or a mozzarella, possibly a Reggiano. It is sharp, chewy, very satisfying to eat. And the soggy bread pieces are nice, but the soup itself should bring the main flavor. Ooh, that burp brought the main flavor, sis. There is a slight wine flavor, which is nice, but I need a Grinch breath level onion vibe, and it's not here. By the way, guys, I have to say, I'm feeling extra insecure. My eyebrows have been extra greasy, like a piece of Texas toast, and they've been making marks on my glasses, and I've been noticing that it's visible in my content. So I don't know what's going on with my pH levels. Something is happening with me. If it keeps going, I'm gonna ask the doctor, why are my eyebrows greasing up? Here's my entree and my sides. I got the short rib with different sauces. And then I also got, hurry up, Timmy. I also got the Parmesan French fries and the creamed spinach as well. Oh, my napkin fell, my napkin. I got it. Oh, I had a second one here, but I got it. I don't want to litter a napkin on the floor, you know what I mean? Like, even though it's a cloth and not trash, I want to protect the oceans. Hello? Let's first try the creamed spinach. It looks good, but the portion's really small. I would compare the size to maybe half a toaster strudel, something like that. Have you ever had a Stouffer spinach souffle from the frozen aisle? Was it frozen? Right. It reminds me of that, which is not a bad thing. I like a good Stouffer spinach souffle, but it's in a much more liquefied state. I think a good creamed spinach should be a little bit thicker. This one's a little bit loose. See that? So it has a nice Parmesan kind of Alfredo sauce flavor to it. I just think if it was a bit more concentrated, it would really make the flavor pop more and the texture a lot better. But I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Not bad at all. Next up, Parmesan fries. Girlies, I'm about to get wild.
Oh, you want to talk about mama?
I mean, this is Margaritaville. This is my time to get crazy, right? I'm gonna dip a fry into the cream spinach. Oh. Who am I? Okay, the fries are good in the sense that they taste like a fast food French fry. It's not giving frozen French fry. It's not giving, all right, pieces of Idaho. It's giving like a Burger King fry. Very simple, fried well, salty enough. I do wish the Parmesan flavor came through though. There's no real sharp cheesiness. It's more so just giving extra salt. I'm enjoying them because I love fast food. But do they taste like a steakhouse Parmesan fry? At least what my brain would imagine them to be? No. I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 10. Now it's time for the short rib. You guys know, if there's a steak on the menu and a short rib on the menu, I'm picking the short rib. Why? Because I don't have to use my utensils. Well, I use a fork, but I don't have to use both at the same time. It's too much multitasking. And it just typically tastes better than a steak. I'm sorry, it does. Let's try it. Oh, that fell apart very nicely. Oh, but I'm seeing a massive blob of fat underneath. I don't think that's just a blob. I think that's like a plate of fat. Do you see it? Oh, let's dip into the sauces. Interesting. I thought I was gonna love this for sure because this is the most expensive restaurant on the ship. So in the words of Helen Hunt, this is as good as it's gonna get. So as you can see, the whole bottom layer is just blubber, whale blubber. Well, it's not whale blubber. It resembles them. Oh. It's trying to communicate with me. It thinks I'm a whale. I resent that. But that's not the only issue, sadly. I think that the beef is almost too tender, which sounds crazy, but it's too soft that the texture sort of reminds me of tuna. If you haven't heard of tuna, it's basically the chicken of the sea. Jessica Simpson is a tuna scholar, so if you have any questions about that, ask her. And the flavor to me has a slight gaminess, just a little bit of gaminess that I've never tasted in a short rib. But the worst part is this white sauce surrounding it tastes like Hellmann's mayonnaise. So part of me felt like I was eating tuna with mayonnaise. I'm grateful I got the fries. Very grateful. My gratitude is huge right now. Oh, girl, I got a big gratitude. Oh, my napkin fell again. But yeah, that's not a good short rib, girlies. I'm so sorry. Am I gonna like get really dainty on this cruise? For my dessert, I got the apple crumble cheesecake with a smear of strawberry sauce. Let me just say, even though I haven't liked most of the food, the service has been wonderful. All the waiters have been amazing. This is an apple crumble cheesecake, and there's no description, so looks like it has apples and crumbs on it. There is not one piece of crumble on that cheesecake. I just realized that right now. I'm gonna need this to fill me up. Okay. I love the top part. It's like a light caramel cream with these apple chunks in it. That's really nice. But the cheesecake itself is horrific. And I'm shocked because the cheesecake layers in the buffet desserts tasted fantastic. Super creamy, strong Philadelphia vibes. But this to me tastes like curdled scrambled eggs. In texture and in flavor, it's very eggy. It tastes like a chicken stretched real wide and popped it out. She said, you know, I think I'm making this one cheesecake flavored. It's so extremely grainy. Like, do you see how it just breaks apart into little crumbs like that? One of the worst cheesecakes I've ever had. I thought this was gonna save the meal, but it made it fall even further. It's all the way down in that pit where Gandalf fought that big demon and he was like, you shall not pass. That's where this meal lives. And it was $55 plus a soda. I'm gonna give this cheesecake a 1 out of 10. Hopefully brunch tomorrow is a little better. Well, I'm back in my room after that treacherous journey. I just need to clarify again. I really don't want to seem like I'm complaining about everything. You guys know, if the food was good, I would tell you. This whole day of food has been mostly horrible. Horrible. Let me clarify that. Terrible and horrible at the same time together.
Terrible.
But tomorrow's a new day. We're having a brunch. We're gonna try some quick service food. We're gonna have a room service dinner. Yes, I do plan out my meals. But I need to wash this day off of me, so I'm gonna test out the shower right now. Hopefully I don't float away when the bathroom fills up. Okay, so that is the drain. It's just there, gaping. Let's just turn this on. Oh, that was easy. Oh, the water pressure. Oh, wait. Oh, it's coming out. Well, the water pressure seemed nice. So this is the damage after a 20-minute shower. As you can see, the toilet is pretty drenched. She was dancing in the rain like Drew Barrymore. All the way down to there, and then underneath here, this is all water. Agua. There, see it? See the water? Oh, goodness gracious. But other than that, the temperature, 8. The pressure, fierce. It was a little cramped in there, but I did not have a bad shower, so it could have been worse. Oh, and the shampoo smelled like a blueberry pie. What kind of shampoo smells like a blueberry pie? I loved it. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed soon, and I will let you guys know how my sleep was in the morning. Sometimes you have to squeal like a pig when you're stretching. It's a rule. I gotta say, for the worst rated mattress in the worst rated room, the worst rated cruise, and the worst rated ocean, I slept so good. The mattress is just as comfy as any other cruise mattress. The pillows are a little bit mushy. They remind me of the Wagyu meatball from last night. Maybe they're filled with Wagyu. I mean, there's a robe in here. Anything is possible. Other than that, I had a fantastic sleep. I'm about to get up, pick an outfit, and then we're going to our sparkling brunch. That was extra money too. Ooh, girlies, it's a day at sea. Ooh, wait, are we anchored? I don't think we're moving. I think the ocean's moving, but we're not. Wait, I'm confused. My brain is saying, who? I'm too tired to figure out science and physics. Anyways, this is my OOTD. I've worn this shirt a lot of times, but I don't think I've worn these shorts with this shirt. They're both from Target, and I actually think they really go together. I should be a celebrity stylist. Honestly, I would put all of them in Skechers. Zendaya, you're wearing Skechers today. With that Oscar de la Renta gown, yes sis, put them on. Florence Pugh, Skechers. Anne Hathaway, Skechers. I don't care if you played Fantine in Les Mis. She would have worn Skechers too if I was in charge of that film. It is time for our sparkling brunch at Finn's restaurant. This is the main sit-down free restaurant on the cruise, but this brunch was not free. By the way, side note, like the room looked just like the steakhouse room. I think they're connected. Also, there was a steakhouse logo behind me, so I don't know. I think it's all the same restaurant, but you just have to pay for certain meals. It's so weird. Anyways, this is the menu. Take a closer look if you'd like. Okay, so we're here at the sparkling brunch. There's bubbles, literally, in here. Guys, I got a mimosa. There's something on the edge. There was a brown crumb. Let's just hope it was a piece of brown sugar, right? I'm just gonna drink from this other side. That's like more champagne with a squirt of orange juice just to squeeze a citrus burst. But it's very nice. You guys know I don't really drink champagne and things like that often, but it's a special occasion, okay? I'm at Margaritaville. I have to drink something, right? I have to fit in. I just want to be accepted.
He's on the spectrum.
Girl, you're about to get canceled. So I think this place is around $15 per person, which is not bad because you get a drink and then you get 2 different like entrees. There's like a breakfasty entree and a lunch type of entree. So I got the French toast with like Nutella and a bunch of things on it, plus the huevos rancheros, which is basically, if you don't speak Spanish like me, huevos rancheros means eggs with ranch, specifically Hidden Valley. Here's my huevos rancheros, and here's my overnight French toast with tons of berries. Super bright, super pretty. This looks really good. I have faith once again. The thing about me is I'm an optimist, okay? Even if things are going terribly, I always hope that the next thing is gonna be a little bit better than what I'm currently going through. And I've gone through a lot in the past 24 hours. So I'm excited this huevo ranchero is very aesthetically pleasing in the sense that even though the beans have a gray tone to them, everything is a circle, right? So it's satisfying to look at minus the beans. The beans are just so pale. And you might be thinking, Timmy, does it remind you of Beth from Little Women right before the fever struck? Actually, no. Not everything can be about Beth. I'm sick of her. She makes everything about her. She said, oh, I have a fever. Father's gone and I have a fever. Oh, I would like to play piano. So they bought her a piano when they couldn't even afford an orange. She gets everything she wants, besides life. Anyways, I'm gonna take the sprig of cilantro off. What's on this? The huevos rancheros have chorizo. Love chorizo. Refried beans topped with fried eggs, queso fresco, and salsa ranchera. And then the French toast. I love laughing with my friends. The French toast is called overnight French toast. I guess they were making it overnight. It has Nutella, banana, caramel, whipped cream, and strawberries. So let's pop it like a pimple. Oh, I feel like Dr. Pimple Popper. I love the way that pimples excite her. Okay. It's not bad. I am sort of enjoying it, but it's not what I expected, and it's not what the description even said it was. Let's start with the positives. The eggs are perfectly fried. And that's where the positives end. Usually huevos rancheros is paired with a crispy tortilla, a fried tortilla, something that tastes oiled up like a tourist according to the Margaritaville decor. So it's a little soggy and it's not adding any crunchy texture. It's just there. Now the refried beans do taste fresh. Surprisingly, I do feel like they were mashing them in the kitchen this morning, but the sausage that's mixed into them is not chorizo. There's no way that's chorizo. I'm a world-renowned taste tester. I've had a lot of chorizo in my life. That is not chorizo. This is an andouille sausage. It is the sausage that you can find at the grocery store that's in the clear casing that's coiled up like a snake, and when you pick it up, it starts rattling. It just has a much more Cajun flavor than it does a chorizo flavor. And there's sort of like a salsa cilantro flavor happening, but it's very light. Overall, it's not bad, but there's no big flavor. It's very, very, very simple. Now we have the French toast. There's always a sprig of something on these things. Mint Colgate. That is the texture. It looks really good and fluffy. Okay, you know, that's not bad. I love that it's super thick. It is quite fluffy on the inside. The edges do feel a little bit stale. It just feels like it's maybe been sitting out for a second. I don't know. But I love the texture of the middle. Delicious, custardy, dense, yet still somehow kind of light. But I do feel like the French toast itself is missing that rich French toast kind of golden brown flavor. Instead, it has more of a toasted flavor. You know how a grilled cheese tastes different than a piece of toast? Like a piece of toast doesn't have the richness, but it has the crunch. This is like toasted French toast. But it's still good enough to eat, and the toppings are fantastic. The fresh fruit with the whipped cream and the Nutella, perfect combo. I'm gonna actually finish this. The brunch wasn't bad. It was 10 times better than the JW, what was it called? J&K from Justin to Kelly Steakhouse. So much better. And also that movie is incredibly underrated. The music is incredible, and Kelly Clarkson can do no wrong. She's America's sweetheart. But some people say I am, so I don't like to compete. So I think before lunch, we're gonna explore the whole ship, the whole Ville. This is the first time I've been full on this ship. It feels good. It feels like me. So we are gonna start this exploration at the lowest level, at the bottom of the margarita glass. And then we're gonna work our way up to the olive. Okay, so we got the medical and the boarding on the 3rd floor. We can see that tomorrow when we disembark. And then the 4th floor is just stateroom, so let's go to the 5th. So I'm recording this part of the voiceover a couple days later. I am currently home, and it turns out I caught some sort of a cold on the Margaritaville at sea. That's not Margaritaville's fault. It's just the cherry on top of the demonic pile of diarrhea that this trip has been. If I sound low energy, that's why. I'm achy, my head hurts, but I'm gonna finish this video with the last thing I do. Oh my gosh, Katy Perry's back from space. Girl, how was it? How is Mother Earth? We are back in the lobby just to take another glimpse at the giant flip-flop because there's nothing else to see in here. Parade, ice, low, st, paradis, found. Deck 6 and 7 are both just staterooms, so I skipped those. I went straight to 8. They have a future cruise place where I'm guessing you can plan more Margaritaville cruises, which I will not be doing ever again in my lifetime. They also have a conference center called Compass Rose. After Jack sunk to the bottom of the ocean, this is what Rose did. She made a conference center, and she learned how to ride horses, and she learned how to be a doctor and a lawyer and a midwife. If you didn't see the end of Titanic, girl, she learned it all. Wait, why am I going up the stairs? There's still more to see on this deck. Ooh.
luxury.
Ooh! This is a nice sitting area where you can lounge and look at the ocean, which is exactly what I did. I could smell the ocean breeze through the dirty window. And this is the arcade, which I think used to have a sign. I'm not sure, but there's a big grease stain on the wall there. And I don't know why, but the arcade gave me horror movie vibes, and it also stunk. It genuinely smelled like a sweaty sock in there, like someone has a foot sweat problem, like all their sweat goes down to their feet for some reason because of gravity. Ooh, where am I? Stars on the water, theater and bar. So yeah, this is very nice. As you can see, it looks straight out of 1972, and the carpet looks like it's been stepped on 2 billion times. This is another seating area. Oh my gosh, look at this seat. Did Iron Man put this together? I love it. Someone welded a seat just for Margaritaville. And this is Euphoria. I tried to find Zendaya, couldn't find her. Tried to find Sydney Sweeney, couldn't find her. I tried to find Jacob Elordi. It should be easy because he's as tall as a tree that I could climb, but I couldn't find him either. And I don't even watch that show. It's too dark-sided for me. And if you're scared of heights, boo! Time to explore deck 9. So this deck has everything but sand. So literally everything on earth besides the sand is in this room. It's always the most random name. I can't. Oh, it's closed. And this is one of the gift shops. As you can see, they had shirts, they had apparel, they had hats, they had mugs. This is their sushi place. Did I risk eating here later on? Possibly. Stay tuned to find out. And this is the coffee shop where they make coffee and cappuccino, latte. And we have another gift shop called Island Time. Honestly, she's serving. Okay, maybe Margaritaville apparel is kind of cute. Maybe I need this dress. And here we have a metal statue of a fish that went completely insane, obviously. Girl, I don't blame you. It's happening to me too on this cruise. As you can see, there's some more staircases, which look like they're part of a gym. Not a cruise. Now, this is deck 10. Deck 10 is packed, girly. So we have the Port of Indecision buffet, the Pizzeria, which I'm going to eat at in a second, and the Cheeseburger place, which I'm also going to eat at in a second. There's also a 5 o'clock somewhere bar. Hey, Ma. And I got another shot of the ocean just because I was sick of filming the ship itself. Once again, I was sweating in the buffet area. It was super hot. I'm about to have a meltdown, literally. Now, this is deck 11. As you can see, they have electronic doors, which is kind of impressive. I didn't think they had the budget for that. Also, if you want to play ping pong, it's your lucky day. And this is the main deck with the pools. So I was surprised to see that the pools were just 2 little squares. You're gonna see in a second, but I was kind of shook by that. There's also a lot of seating areas, and these seats were reserved for people that paid to lay on a plastic UFO. Looks so comfy. This is the Saint Somewhere salon if you want to get your hair done. And now this is the gym called Finn's Fitness, I think. And as you can see, there's treadmills, ellipticals, all the different Jimmy things. Jimmy! My name's Timmy! Now, up on the 12th deck, girlies, we have grass. Fake grass with cracks in it. Girlies, I didn't think grass was supposed to have cracks. I mean, I have a crack, you have a crack, but grass does not. This is one of the pools, like I said, a tiny square, and there's one other one on this side of the ship. So I am not totally sure if these are the only pools, but they're the only pools that I saw. So I just felt like they were a bit underwhelming. There's some hot tubs there too. And this is what the front of the ship looks like. Dusty. Crusty. As you can see, the 14th floor is a nightclub, but I could not find the stairs to get there, so I gave up. Look what's on my bed, girlies! A pigeon! It has an eye! That is so cute! Oh, wow. My housekeeper has been incredible. So the service on this cruise so far hasn't been bad whatsoever. I'm so grateful. It is time to go have lunch at 2 quick service places, the burger place and the pizza place. This is Frank and Lola's Pizzeria, the first half of our lunch. As you can see, there's pizza. Who would have thought? I got a slice of cheese and a slice of pepperoni. And don't expect me to call my best friend Giada. She would be so upset at me for eating this. So, you know, this pizza did look better from a distance. I think it would look really good if you had an astigmatism without a prescription. Close up, it looks a little old and stale, and the cheese looks kind of translucent, like saran wrap. But you know, pizza's pizza. It should taste good. And I have to say, quick service pizza places on cruises typically taste like good trash. You know, like that good kind of Chuck E. Cheese pizza. I love Chuck E. Cheese pizza, even if they're different shapes and sizes. Let's try the cheese.
So gooey.
Oh, Okay. might taste better than it looks. I didn't see that coming. I thought it would taste worse than it looked, and it already looked bad. The main flaw here is the pizza crust. I think it's really dry, crusty in a bad way, completely flavorless, and it just serves as a base and nothing else. It's the beams in a house, you know, no one cares about them, but they're there supporting all the drywall, all the paint, all the live, laugh, love signs. So it serves its purpose, but it's just not good crust. But I have to say the marinara is fantastic. It has so much Italian seasoning in it. It's kind of shocking. Perfect amount of sweetness. It doesn't taste super fresh, but it's very flavorful. So that took me by surprise. I was like, and the cheese is quite good as well, even though you can see through it like a window. You can peek in and out and say, oh, hey, marinara. It is salty and it doesn't taste like a cheese product. It tastes like real cheese. So I am not mad at that. I'm gonna give the cheese pizza a 6 out of 10 for cheap pizza. Not compared to like New York or Chicago with the sweet. So Frank, Lola, you guys might really be a nice couple. Congratulations. By the way, Lola is such a fun name. Lola is one of those names that's like Fifi or Cece or Candy or Lily. No one's named Lily. I've never heard of anyone named Lily. But you know what I mean? Like the funnest girls have those kinds of names. They're the craziest. And Lola's definitely crazy. She hides a lot of stuff from Frank. He's in the dark. Let's just say that. Next up, pepperoni. Girl, that was my pepperoni intake for the month. I am very careful when I eat pepperonis because I have had the gout in the past. It's a very sensitive topic for me, so I rarely discuss it. But I was on a diet, and when you're on a diet, you find little things to bring you joy, right? And I found these turkey pepperonis. Very low cal, very high gout. Oh, so painful. I ate 60 of them throughout the day. 20 after breakfast, 20 after lunch, 20 after dinner, little snacks, you know? And I woke up in the middle of the night, my foot was the size of a balloon. All the pepperoni crystals got sent straight to my big toe. So now I'm always wary. But to be honest, that was decent pepperoni. It could have been crispier, but it had that classic pepperoni flavor, salty. It didn't taste like lesser than other pepperonis, you know? And I think it went very well with the salty cheese. So I'm gonna give the pepperoni pizza on a scale of dumpster pizza to trash can hefty pizza, another 6 out of 10. Not bad. So Margaritaville might mess up a lot of things, but they didn't mess up their pizza. So at least we've got that. Let's go try the burger.
This is the Cheeseburger Place Cheeseburger in Paradise Burger Bar. It's a lot of burger in one sentence. They have free toppings, all you can eat, the generosity. And then of course, burgers, fries,
The mushrooms.
and onions. This is my burger. You're gonna find out what I put on it in a second, but it's cute, right?
So my burger looks really good, actually. It smells fantastic, so I'm really hyped about this. It's a cheeseburger with ketchup, mustard, tomato, pickles, and banana peppers. That's different. Mixing it up in paradise. So, also the fries look seasoned. They look great. Quickly, little story time. So while I was in line, there was this guy in front of me. He was like next. And they had to pause the line for like 2 minutes because they ran out of burgers. That's a very normal issue at a burger place, right? It's to be expected. And the guy that was next was like,
You just give it to me like that. I'm hungry.
and the employee was like, I'm sorry, sir, we have to cook it. Anyways, he was visibly annoyed. He was rude to the employees. He was just like rolling his eyes and stuff like, girl, you're ordering a burger on the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. This isn't the Ritz-Carlton. Chill. Let's try some fries. They taste exactly like the steakhouse fries, okay? But with a different seasoning blend. The steakhouse ones had some Kraft Parmesan sprinkled on top, and this one has a little bit of paprika, but not enough. They're basic. Once again, they're like fast food fries, not bad. I'm here for them. You know, why not? Yeah, let's see. That's once again better than I expected. It's extremely simple, basic quality, basic flavor, salt and pepper vibes, and it just tastes like someone grilled it in their backyard. It's that simple. There's a charredness to it, which is nice too. And the bread has this like garlic bread flavor. It's a little buttery, so I'm really not mad at this at all. I have to say, I think Margaritaville's quick service is much better than their sit-down restaurant food. So much better. You know, stick to what you're good at. Margaritaville, if you're good at making cheap. I sound like a bird. Chirp, chirp. If you're good at making cheap food, just make that. Do not try to be elegant because you're not pulling it off. So I'm back in my room. I forgot to mention this yesterday, girlies. Look at the blinds. They're falling apart. They have hair sprouting out of them. What is going on? And it looks like someone just cut it with like scissors. It's all crooked. Oh, and I just realized this light is dangling from the ceiling. It's not supposed to be. So that's interesting too. She's escaping.
For my day 2 dinner, we are having room service. As you can see, I got 4 plates because I'm a pig. And look who's eating with us, girlies. We have a guest. Oh. Ow. My arm hurts. I think I popped out the socket. Girlies, we are gonna have dinner in the room. A room service feast. And we have a guest of honor. I am naming her Je m'appelle. So she can be like, Je m'appelle, Je m'appelle. And then it's like a cycle. She keeps saying it over and over, over and over, over and over. You're about to go crazy. Fly away. I'm sorry, I feel bad. Let's just leave her right here. You can smell the food, but I'm not sharing. So none of this room service was free. It all cost money. So let's go through it. The chocolate layer cake that I got right here was $5. Let's take a look at it. Oh, honestly, very pretty. Smells like Pillsbury. So high end, high class. Oh, girl. Can you stop trying to take the attention away from me? Sit. And then we got a Caesar salad. Oh, they put a lot of dressing and tons of Parmigiano Reggiano. Mr. Reggiano, you look so good. You look so crumbled. Something stinks. I think the wings stink. It actually smells like rotting garbage. I'm not exaggerating whatsoever. Why? Why does it smell like that? Let's see the buffalo wings. They look big, but what is that scent? Oh my Jesus. I'm scared to eat those. The gutter wings were $12. Okay, that's a high price for trash. And then last but not least, I got a Philly cheesesteak, which comes with fries. Ooh, that smells good. That smells real good. And it was $12. Here's everything close up. The Philly cheese, the chocolate cake, the Caesar, and the buffalo wings. Let's first try the Caesar salad. It has some gorgeous fresh looking croutons. Oh. Oh. Listen, I'm a Caesar salad stan. I love the cheapest Caesar. I love the priciest Caesar. I just love Caesar in general. Wait, what was the Mean Girls speech about Caesar? Caesar didn't, what did she say? Caesar, wait, what was it? I forget now, but she's like, Regina, Caesar, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen. Something along those lines. But this dressing is extra fishy. I know a lot of Caesar dressings have some fishiness. I'm fine with that. I like a little hint of anchovy here and there. But this is like potently fishy, and it's barely tart. A good Caesar dressing should have a big tartness to it, a big zing, a little poo-pow of flavor. And this one has no sourness. It's also extremely salty. So salty that it's almost inedible to me. Also, the croutons are not crunchy. They're like stale bread. So that's a flop. And that's saying a lot because I'll do anything for a Caesar salad.
And I mean anything.
But I don't even want another bite. So let's try the wings. If they taste how they smell, I am not digesting them. Period. Margaritaville at sea is not worth the risk. It actually isn't worth much overall. Oh, that was mean. That was too mean. Margarita, girl, you're worth some things, but not this. Because you're worth it, L'Oreal Paris. That's not bad. What? I don't get it. What was that smell coming from? Was it the lid? Oh, yeah, the lid kind of smells like diarrhea. I'm not saying it has diarrhea on it, but it smells like it, girl. So it was the lid. I don't know what happened to her, but she can't sit with us. The wings can. These are decent. I'm shocked that they're not gooey or gummy. Most cheap wings are, but this is all meat. They're very charred and crispy on the outside. They are a little bit dry, like a little overcooked, but I'd rather them be overcooked than undercooked. And then the buffalo sauce is simple. I think it could be tangier, but it has just the right amount of heat. And it does have a buffalo-y flavor. They're good. I'm gonna give them a strong 7 out of 10. What a plot twist. Next up, we have the Philly cheesesteak. Let's try these fries first. I'm sure they're the same fries from the steakhouse and the burger place.
Oh my God.
Those are not the same. They're not the same. These taste like half-cooked potatoes that have been sweetened. I don't know, but they don't taste right. They taste wrong. They're not good, they're bad. Something about the weird sweetness freaked me out and I didn't want to digest them, so I'm sorry, girlies. That's a 1 out of 10 for me. This is a pretty small Philly cheesesteak. It has some sort of a mayo with a lot of beef, peppers, and onions, and cheese. Listen, just like the wings, that's not the best Philly cheesesteak ever, but it's pretty good. You know, I am a steak expert. I'm a man, if you haven't noticed. And being a man, I know my steak. We're born with that knowledge, you know? I think this is pretty cool. That's what a man would say, right? Speaking of being a man, you guys know every time I talk on the phone, people always call me ma'am because of my high-pitched, shrill, annoying, sound barrier breaking voice. I am used to it. It's totally fine. It's not their fault. They just think I'm a woman. And what about it? But today, the room service guy called me Madame. And being called Madame is, it's a sign of being a woman with excess class and overflowing with riches. So I really thought that was nice of him. This steak honestly tastes like any Philly cheesesteak steak. It's very thin, it's tender, it tastes like it's been grilled, it's salty enough. I have no complaints. The bread is nice and flaky, I love that. And the peppers and the cheese taste great. There is sort of like a mayo ketchup type of sauce on there that I think is a little too sweet, but otherwise, it's a good Philly cheesesteak. I'm not mad at it at all. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 once again. Girlies, this could have been a lot worse. It really could have been a lot worse. Last but not least, we have the chocolate layer cake. It's not that it's bad. I think you will actually really love it if you like overly rich desserts. It's just a bit too much for me. The issue is that those thick layers are chocolate ganache. So the ganache layers are thicker than the cake layers. It's just too much rich chocolate all at once. If the ganache layers were thinner and the cake layers were thicker, it would actually taste like a really good chocolate cake, to be honest. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Room service was sort of a success. Do I dare to say that? Just the fact that it wasn't vile is a win, right? What do you think, Je m'appelle?
Je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle.
Are you done, girl? Oh, girlies, look at the sunset. Look at the waves, look at the whales. Do you see the whales? We're in Nassau, paradise. For my day 3 breakfast, I went to the breakfast version of the buffet. And as you can see, they have all the breakfast classics, including oatmeal droplets, and also things like sausages and eggs and French toast and bacon, which they serve to you as if they sliced it off of a fresh pot roast. They also have a bunch of gampotes and sauces and waffles and pastries and things like that. So I got some French toast with some strawberry gampote, some turkey sausages, some scrambled eggs, potatoes, biscuits and gravy, and also banana bread. Okay. I'm so hungry. I'm not even gonna talk right now. I need to eat this banana bread. This banana bread is pretty good. You know, I think it needs a little more cinnamon and a bit more banana flavor. It's a bit simple, but it's good enough. So I enjoyed them. Next up, scrambled eggs. You girlies know I've tried a lot of powdered scrambled eggs throughout my career, and in case you don't know, powdered scrambled eggs don't come from chickens. Remember that scene in White Chicks where she's like, that's how powdered eggs are made. They just appear when you go like this. And these powdered eggs are particularly sinister and dark-sided. Hello. Oh, another friend made on Margaritaville. I have a list. They actually taste like a hard-boiled egg that's been sitting in the fridge for days. So it has that kind of sulfuric, kind of like Yellowstone flavor. Yes, I've been to Yellowstone when I was a kid, and yes, it did smell like a sulfuric egg. Have you been to Yellowstone? Was it yellow? Right. Was it a stone? It just tastes like an old egg that never got hatched, so it just kind of sits in its shell, and it's like, when is it my time to shine? Never. You're staying in there, buddy. Terrible. I'm giving those eggs a 2 out of 10. Okay, we have some sausage. Get off.
I don't think they should call this buffet the Port of Indecision. They should call it the Port of Indigestion. Why? No, it's the Port of Disgustingness. That sausage is terrible. The inside is like mushy and too smooth. And the flavor reminds me of deviled ham. When I was a kid, we were low on money and we used to make deviled ham sandwiches. And it tastes just like that, like canned ham. And it's called deviled ham for a reason, because the devil makes it in hell. He says,
I want to make something disgusting just to make people suffer.
that's what he does. I'm gonna give it another 2 out of 10. Okay, we have the biscuit and gravy. This should be decent. It's a biscuit. That's not terrible, but the biscuit is not fully cooked. There's a chunk of dough in the middle. Now, luckily, I don't really mind that. You know, a little bit of dough never hurt anybody. And that's what the Pillsbury Doughboy says when he's trying to hook up with someone. That's his pickup line. And the flavor of the biscuit is honestly kind of like classic biscuit. The gravy, though, is a bit flavorless. Did it have flavor or was it flavorless? It's a very thin gravy and it just kind of tastes like milk. There's no really big sausage flavor. So definitely not disgusting, but would not get again. Next up, breakfast for Tyson. Speaking of British people, you know what I've always wanted to try? A classic British breakfast. I think they call it a slammer or something. I've just always wanted to try the baked beans with the soggy tomato and the crumpets, of course, and the trumpets. I don't know why. It looks disgusting yet also very enticing. So one day when I go to Great Britain, I'm gonna try it. These are the potatoes. Not bad. They could have been cooked a little longer. I think the potatoes have a little too much of an apple crunch to them. If Granny Smith tried these potatoes, she would say, time to make a pie. They are seasoned, but I think it's a little too much rosemary once again. This buffet has a lot of rosemary, a surprising amount, and it needs a lot more salt, but the seasoning blend isn't bad. It just needs help. Last but not least, we have the French toast with the strawberry compote. So I got compote instead of gravy on a piece of French toast. What? Now that sounds British. No, I meant syrup. I didn't put syrup on it because the compote seemed like enough. Thank you. Okay. So, love the compote. It tastes like a much silkier, smoother, more tart strawberry jam, and it actually tastes fresh. Now, the French toast itself, though, honestly just kind of tastes like normal bread with a custardy texture, but no French toast flavor. The compote did all the heavy lifting, and the French toast just sat there and said, pick me up. I'm not that heavy. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Overall, the Port of Indecision buffet is not it for me. I'm sorry. This is my last time coming here. Oh, and it's the last day, guys. Oh my God, Peppa. Peppa, is that you, sweetheart? What did they do to you?
It is time to disembark off of the ship into the Bahamas. So I stepped onto land for the first time in 2 days. And as you can see, we are in the cruise parking lot. Margaritaville got the worst spot, girl. I'm not joking. We were in the back and we had to walk super far just to get to the island. Wait, is that an old friend I see? Is that the Independence of the Sea? I was just on it a month ago.
I'm sorry. I should have appreciated your food more. I should have been easier on you, because now I know you actually treated me so well. Oh, my love. Get away from me.
It was super windy, but I'm used to it. It's always windy in these cruise port areas for some reason. Anyways, there's the ocean. You can see some buildings, and that is Atlantis. That is where Mary-Kate and Ashley had their holiday in the sun. And here's a Disney cruise staring at me, mocking me, saying, oh, you should be on me, but you're on a margarita. So I got to the mainland, and basically it's just a very touristy area. If you want to venture out, you can, but venturing out in different countries honestly scares me because I'm alone and I'm just a dainty, sensitive man. But they have little eating spots, and I was trying to find a place to eat. You'll see if I end up eating anything in a second. I saw this big theater type of thingy. It's like a roof, a theater roof. And yeah, I love that all the Bahama buildings are very colorful and pretty, and the water's also very blue, which is also colorful as well. It reminds me of the blue Scooby-Doo gummy. Here's a street and a fence. And what else do we have to see? Oh, the boat. Yes, I already started walking back to the boat.
So I'm walking back to the cruise. What an adventure that was. I really wanted to eat on the island, but every restaurant that I saw had super loud music, like bass
floor shaking kind of music. So I literally couldn't film at those places. I'm sorry guys, we have to eat more Margaritaville cruise food. Oh god. But it's okay, we're gonna make the best of it. I might try that sushi place that costs extra money. But like, of course, I'll get the veggie sushi just in case. So this is the sushi place. I think we saw it earlier, didn't we? Anyways, this is the menu if you want to take a look at it. So the sushi place seemed opened, but there was no one there. So I don't know what to do. I've eaten at every quick service place, sit down place, besides Finn's Dining, but I'm saving that for tonight. So I guess we're having the buffet again. We're back again at the buffet. They had some different options today. I don't know what any of that is, to be honest, but I do know that's fried catfish. Very interesting. It was also Easter, so they were serving up some Easter cakes. Very thoughtful of them. Mr. Jesus is about to chow down. And once again, they had all the Mexican food available. So I decided to get some of that, but I also got a sandwich at the sandwich bar. It looks very big, very nice. I got a chili con carne taco, a chicken tinga taco, and some beans and rice.
Okay, so I'm trying very different things compared to my other buffet meals. I have faith in this. I truly think that it could be good. By the way, I just got recognized. It's my second time getting recognized here. And both of the guys that recognized me were like men, like dad types. Daddy. And honestly, every time a man recognizes me, I'm always surprised because most of my comments are from mothers. Honestly, like most of my viewers are mothers. And I love that so much because I love mothers. I love women. I've always felt more comfortable with women. So thank you guys so much for watching. But also, I appreciate the zaddies that watch me too, just as much. And this last guy was so nice. He was like,
Are you a YouTuber?
and I was like, yeah. And then he was like,
I've seen you.
and I was like, bruh, bruh, thanks. Fist pump, come on. I didn't do that. I was like, thank you so much. And he said to me, tell me honestly, have you liked the food here? And I just went, no. And he was like, it's terrible, isn't it? And I was like, pretty much, but I have faith in this sandwich. It looks really good. And he was like, the sandwich is the best thing I've had on this cruise. So let's try that first. It was such a nice interaction. And I'm just so grateful anytime anyone recognizes little me. So I got turkey, salami, cheddar cheese, tomato, lettuce, mayo, and this chipotle tomato sauce. So let's try it. That tastes like real life food. A blessed day, Aunt Lydia. You might be thinking, Timmy, that's just a sandwich. I could make that in my kitchen. It can't be that good. It is that good. Do you know why? Because the simple, real flavor of a sandwich truly tastes so much better than any of this reheated trash I've been eating. The bread is very fluffy. It's not stale whatsoever. The tomato chipotle sauce really came through and it brought a tiny bit of spice. The salami is the main star here. That's some high quality salami. Salty, it has those little white dots in it that just probably bring a lot of flavor. I don't know what they are. They look like tiny little mouse teeth. The turkey's thinly cut, fresh tasting, and all the toppings taste super fresh. I'm so impressed. That's a perfect sandwich. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Now it's time for our Mexican feast. Let's try the refried beans and rice. The refried beans look very soupy. See, they're giving Campbell's, but you know, a little chicken soup for the soul never hurt anybody. I really don't hate it. The beans are a little on the thin side, but flavor-wise, they taste better than canned. Now, they don't taste as good as sit-down Mexican restaurant beans, obviously, but they have a saltiness and a lard flavor that's really coming through. It's like I'm being punched by Crisco in a good way. And they have a classic refried bean flavor, not bad. And the rice, to me, tastes better than a microwaved packet of but it's not good. I think it has way too much cumin. That is the main flavor here. There's not really the tomatoiness and the garlickiness that Mexican rice typically has. Comprende? Exactly. Now it's time to try the chicken tinga taco. Every time I say tinga, I'm always tempted to switch the T out for a P, but I'm not gonna do that today. So I got it in a flour tortilla, which is quite hard. I wanted a crunchy taco, but I was like, that's gonna be too much work to stuff it in there. The laziness. I'm hot, I'm tired. It's been a long 3 days. And I added some crema, some cheese, and some tomate. It's not disgusting, so that's good news, but the tortilla is extremely tough and stale. The chicken tastes like a Publix rotisserie chicken, shredded up and cooked again. So it got super tough with no extra seasonings. Where's the tinga? Oh, it's there. Ooh. And the toppings taste fine, but there's absolutely no flavor happening here whatsoever. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Now, this is the chili con carne taco. Yesterday, I saw the chili con carne, and I thought to myself, I will never even go near that in my lifetime. Because it looked like that. Would you go near that? Would you even look its way? It's intimidating, but today it looked better. It didn't look dried up, it looked like chili. So I'm trying it. I got the same toppings. Couldn't do it, couldn't do it. First of all, it's very spicy, and I love spicy food, but I don't love spicy
Vomit.
and that's what this is giving. There's a sweetness and an acidicness that's coming together to create a throw up flavor with a lot of jalapeno, and that's all I can taste. So one of the worst things I've had on this cruise, 0 out of 10. Well, at least the sandwich was so good, and it kind of filled me up. 1 meal to go, and then I'm going home. The ship took off once again. Look at the pretty lighthouse, guys. She's like, hey girl, come find me. We are eating at Finn's Dining for our final dinner. It is the free main dinner option, and this is the menu. Take a look if you want, nosy. Okay, so this is the official free dinner of the cruise. They gave me a free roll. It feels a lot softer than the buffet bread, so I have faith that it's not gonna shatter in my mouth. Let's try it. That is the best bread I've had on this cruise so far. And that's crazy to say because the sandwich I had earlier was so top tier. You guys know that. But this is a perfect, warm, moist, yeasty dinner roll that has risen. It is Easter, so I guess that's the theme. You know, I love that they're playing it up. And this butter tasted better than that blob of salted steakhouse butter. This is saltier. This tastes more like real sit-down restaurant butter. So I really enjoyed that. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Girl, we got people running, we got people jogging. I love seeing people being active.
You're still on your phone?
Can we say hello?
It's not a phone.
So your breakfast, you're still on your phone. Who you
Great
talking
guy.
Huh? I'm a
This
vlogger.
guy is
What?
awesome.
I'm a vlogger.
Just buy.
Yeah.
I got a bar in Connecticut. Say good thing.
Oh, cool. Okay, for sure.
That'd be cool.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me genuinely annoyed. Now you have. Now you have. So I want to go home. For my appetizer, I got the gumbo with a crumb of rice and honestly barely any soup as well. I gotta say, this gumbo smells so good. If Tiana smelled it, she would say, "Is that my daddy's recipe?" And I would say, "No, it's Margaritaville at sea." By the way, you know how on other cruises you can get multiple appetizers, multiple entrees for free typically? Here, you cannot. Each of them are $7 extra. I just got dizzy. I think that the ship's moving. I had like a moment of like, ooh, vertigo. Wasn't there a movie about that back in like the 1800s? Did she ever get undizzy? Because it's been like 200 years, girl. That sounds miserable. Anyways, let's try this. It has a tiny bit of rice, andouille sausage, shrimp, and it's a very small portion. So I wish I could get a second appetizer. And I could, but honestly, I don't want to give Margaritaville another penny.
They don't deserve it.
Okay. You know, I kind of love the flavor. I'm kind of shocked. It tastes like gumbo, but... Exactly. It tastes like gumbo, but much more tart. It has almost more of a hot sauce flavor, and the sausage in it tastes like a Slim Jim. It might be a Slim Jim, who knows? But somehow it works. It's just like a much tangier version of a gumbo. It's a little bit spicy. It has a strong Cajun flavor, but texture-wise though, there is a canned, mushy quality to it that is coming through. Other than that though, there's people staring at me. Other than that, and laughing. Other than that, though, I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna give it a nice 6.5 out of 10. Okay. For my entree, I got the huli chicken with coconut rice.
Gorgeous. Stunning.
This looks nice. It looks small but good. It's called the Huli Chicken. It has mole amarillo sauce, coconut cilantro rice, and radish salad. Girl, there's 2 pieces of radishes on top of my chicken. That's not a salad. Get real. But I guess it's fine because I don't even like radishes. So, okay, Huli Chicken. You know, I've also been really wanting to try the Netflix beef and the Disney Plus swine. I thought of that joke while I was waiting for this. So it was pre-planned. It wasn't spontaneous. I hope it still landed. Let's try the coconut rice. I love coconut rice, so I'm ready. So I think this should be called coconut rice because there's no coconut in here, girl. It tastes like overcooked mushy rice with a hint of chicken broth. That's it. There's no sweetness. There's no creaminess. It's just plain old mushy grains. Let's try the Hulu chicken. Okay, not very crispy. That's not bad at all, but I'm not getting any essence of Hulu. You'd think Hulu would have a lime flavor because it's like green, that's the branding, but I'm also not tasting the mole that it apparently has. I think it's the sauce, but it doesn't really have much of a... What is going on today? It doesn't really have much of a different flavor. It's just more so like a simple roast chicken. It is very tender. It's very juicy, but it tastes like any roast chicken I've ever had. They should just call it roast chicken. Like, why add in the Hulu branding? Like, I don't get it. There's the classic herbs de Provence flavor, you know? I love saying that, even though I don't really even know what it is. I think it's just like rosemary and thyme and things like that. Overall, though, it's a very plain dish, especially because of the rice. Like, the rice really brings it down. I'm at my limit. I'm truly ready to go home tomorrow. I think I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not good. All you need is a light sweater.
For my dessert, I got the chocolate sheet cake. It has a fin because Finn's dining. I just got that.
Not to sound negative after over an hour of negativity, but girl, what in the pub? I'm about to snap. What in the Publix cake is this? Oh, by the way, the other brat with the hat from before walked past me again and cackled again. Where are the parents? That's my question. I'm over it. I have nothing else to say. I'm tired. Let's try this sheet cake. It looks kind of gray. Oh, it's fine. I judged a book by its cover. I judged a cake by its frosting. It looked like it was going to be an icky sweet mess, to be honest. But that was really fantastic. The cake is very light and moist. Actually, like extra moist, almost like a tres leche. Oh, and the frosting was like basically whipped cream stained to look blue. Literally, there's this family pointing, laughing, and staring. Does anyone in this room have any manners?
So this is future editing Timmy, and I just have to say, filming Timmy's lack of self-awareness is astounding. How can a man that eats a bread roll like this at a fancy, luxurious dinner say anyone else doesn't have any manners? Look in the mirror, but beware of the glare from your shiny bald head.
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. The video's over, but we're not gonna end it here. I had to end the video in front of the giant chancleta. Final thoughts on Margaritaville at sea. Would I voyage on another Margaritaville cruise? No. Even if it was free? No. The food was 75% bad. The room was okay, but I'm a foodie, and the main part of vacation for me is food. Hello, if I'm not eating good, I'm not feeling good. So in my opinion, it is the worst cruise I've ever been on, and I do not recommend it. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but this is just my honest advice to you guys. Carnival's almost as cheap, and it was a lot better, I feel. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry I'm not in the best mood, but I love you so much, truly, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that watches any of my videos. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you next video. Bye, girlies.
So hi, we have a bonus scene. It's the next morning. I am debarking, or I'm supposed to be debarking. They told us to get out of our rooms at 8, and they started debarking the express pass people. It's now 9:15, and they just started debarking each of the different decks. They're starting at 4. I'm on deck 7, the highest deck, so I'm deboarding last. My train takes off in an hour. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I've just never seen a cruise take this long to debark. Debark? Is this even the word? Is that the right word? I feel like I'm barking. I have now been on 5 cruises in the past 6 months, and I typically just walk off of each of them. But with this one, it's such a long process. I don't understand. And I sound like a brat, but girl, I want to go home so bad, and I might miss my train. It is what it is. I'll book another train if I have to. Last thing, last night I found out that they charged me for my portion of the fuel. $15 per person per night, so it was $45 extra for gas. Girl, I can provide you natural gas in the form of fart. It's just crazy to me. I hate this cruise. I'll see you guys next week if I can get home. Past filming, Timmy never got home. He's still stuck on the cruise.